Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om. Salutations to Bhagavan Ramakrishna. Mantra Yoga, third in the series. And as we have titled it, Mantra to Counter Maya. Let's start with Maya. I think it's one of the most popular, common, and one of the most difficult concepts to understand in Vedanta. So Swamiji says it is used incorrectly to denote illusion or delusion. And he says that it forms one of the pillars in Vedanta. To go back a little and see how the word itself evolved. From the earliest times in the Vedic literature, you find Indro Maya bi Purarupa iyate. Indra, through his Maya, assumed many forms. So the word there could be translated as magic. Okay. And that was how people used to view the word. But in the meantime, the concepts are growing around us. What is this magic and why is this magic? And over again, then what happens is, once the philosophers take over, then what happens, it gets hidden from the general public. It's always like that, till they bring it out again. And so, in one of the latest Upanishads called Shvetashvatra, says, know nature to be Maya, and the ruler of this Maya is the Lord himself. And in the Upanishad it is, Maya tu prakritim vidyat, Mayan tu Maheshwara. Now the doctrine is more or less settled here. Then comes you can say, the systematization of this Maya, the word, now which is joined to nature. It's not just magic, it's nature here. And nature can work magically. It's like it's a magic. But so Shankaracharya, he brought out this coherent doctrine of Maya. That's the reason why he is called Mayavadin. He is one who put forward the doctrine of Maya. But actually he is a Brahmavadin. That is one who put forward the notion of Brahman. Detractors, you have always detractors. So we have this, Swamiji says, the idea of Maya as illusion or delusion primarily came because what happens, amongst the Buddhist philosophers, there were two main schools called the Shunyavadin and Shanika Vigyanvadin schools. The Shunyavadins are the nihilists. I mean, nothing exists. Don't bother about it. What you are seeing is something kind of an illusion, a magic. So it's like they give a example of a whirling firebrand. You take a firebrand and you whirl it. And then you stop whirling, but you see the circle of light. Where does the circle of light come from? Oh, the world is something like this. It's empty. Shunya. Then we have the Shanika Vigyanvadis, that is the people who hold the doctrine of momentary consciousness, flickering consciousness. Nothing is permanent. And so consciousness also flickers. That's why Kshanika, for a moment, momentary. So these, they did not believe in an external world at all. They were called the Buddhist idealist. And if you see in Europe also, we had these great idealist philosophers. Even Plato is called a kind of idealist philosopher, because he said the external world is just a shadow. But other schools of like Strautantrika, Vaibhashika of the Buddhists, they said, oh, no, it is there. We experience it. Who says it's not there? We eat food, we drink water. It's an experience. Who does anybody say it's an illusion? But these, the principal schools, they say, no, you study your experience and you'll find they're empty. Completely. But Maya, in its latest form, in Vedanta, Shankaracharya made it like, it's neither idealism, that is mind only. Only mind exists. And the mind is impermanent. Or realism, matter exists. They say that it transcends both. And how do you describe it? It's indescribable. That's a problem with high philosophy. You can't describe it. So there's the famous verse, Sannapi, Asannapi, Ubhayatmika no. That it is not reality, it is not unreality, and it's not a mixture of both reality and reality. Bhinnapi, Abhinnapi, Ubhayatmika. It's not different or not non-different, not a mixture of. And then he say, Mahadbhutam, it's a great wonder. Nirvachaniya Rupam. And it is, indescribable. It's a great wonder. And there's no doubt about this. Now, we can understand this, and people have always wondered, how? Who will not get awestruck when they see these various galaxies and stars? And only a dullard won't. But it's a great wonder. Yes. So, that's Shankaracharya Vivek Chudamani. So when they come, they want to personalize it. We don't want things impersonal, just word and concepts. So you say, Maya is ignorance or avidya. And he's saying it's also called the undifferentiated, avyakta. It's not there to see. And Shankaracharya writes, she is without beginning, made up of the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and is superior to the effects. Superior, of course, because she is the cause and the universe is the effect. Maya has to be inferred by a clear intellect only from the effects she produces. It is she who brings forth the whole universe. So, in various traditions in India, you find, like yesterday we had a Kali Puja, and it was a grand thing. So, she is also called the embodiment, it's like a Maha Maya, the great Maya. And it depends on the tradition you are in. Some say Durga is a Maha Maya, some will say Lakshmi, and some will say Saraswati. All right. The idea is not to fight against these personalities. They want to personalize a concept. So this is what we find. One thing, it's extremely difficult to understand it. It defies all understanding. Simply, anybody, in fact, they say don't ever try to understand it. You will never. She will bring you things and toys one after another to keep you engaged. You won't even know when you're caught and you're taken away. Okay? So I said, don't fool around with Maya. So Swamiji in his lectures on Jnana Yoga, there he says, what stops us from seeing a God or knowing God? It's a kind of a veil that has come. And what's that veil? And he very clearly, Maya is, it's a statement of facts. It is here, it is factual. And then he says, because we talk in vain, because we are running after desires, we, as it were, throw a mist around it. We cover it. We cover the reality. His exact words are, because we talk in vain, because we are satisfied with the things of the senses, and because we are running after desires, therefore we, as it were, cover the reality with a mist. This is actually what it is. So he has brought the whole thing subjectively. There is something called an objective wonder, indescribable. But here, Maya is now much closer. Now you are responsible. Don't blame Kali. Don't blame anybody. It's you. Because you talk in vain. So I'll explain how to get out of it through the mantra. So we get two things. One is we see nature as extensive, huge. And this nature is there. But it's not permanent, it's constantly changing. That is important. So nature, we see nature here, but then we forget that nature has various levels. The physical and the very subtle levels and the causal levels, and even beyond that. The great cause, as Sri Ramakrishna says. Nature is not very simple. What you are seeing is only the foam on the ocean. There is something called the visible universe is only 4% or 6%. And we are very happy about it when the scientists say, we are happy about it. Yay! That's what we have been saying differently. So, the rest of the universe, what's happened? It's dark matter, dark energy. More than 90% composes. So we don't know. Why they call it dark? Because we don't know. It's ignorance. And that's what we've been talking about. What you are seeing is only a little foam on the ocean. And you are saying, I saw the ocean. How can you say? See, you've not seen the ocean only. You've seen little foam and little waves and little wavelets and things. I've seen the ocean. This is Maya. So it's a kind of a mist that covers God. We talk in vain. We are satisfied with the things of the senses. We run after desires. We, as it were, cover the reality with a mist. The second thing that we can, this mist has a nature to spread. Yes. If you see, you go to any lakes and all, it's cold, it's a winter, and you see how the mist spreads. Now it's winter here, you can see. technically fall, but it's already winter. You can see how mist spreads. It's not localized, it spreads. Now these external, this world of Maya is there. And people get, oh, it's dangerous and this and that. Yeah, if you look at it, Maya will bring the frightening face. Maya will bring the nice, beautiful face. And as we've seen, Sri Ramakrishna saw both of them. Yes, amazing. So, from the cosmic and from the individual. Individual, what we are doing is talking in vain, etc., etc., etc. So this mist covers what is talking in vain? And yeah, there is a great, you can say, meaning in this. Thinking and talking, they create our own reality. Oh yes, we are all creating our own reality through our thoughts and our words. And these thoughts and words then become actions. Yes. That's why they're saying, observe your thoughts, they become words. Observe your words, they become actions. Observe your actions, they become habits. Observe your habits, and they become character. Observe your character, and they become destiny. Lao Tzu, Chinese, he puts it succinctly. I mean, it's there in all. It's here. Watch your thoughts. Correct your thoughts. So we have created our own reality, and we get trapped in it. Who has created this reality? We. It's a mist. This is the mist that covers reality. And most of us, we take the most hedonistic, the most immature parts of ourselves and create a reality. Through our words, this. Because it's sensory, the world is sensory. So human experience, your experiences have a tinge of your own reality. You have created a mist. Something external, we don't even know. What's the nature of that? Swami Vivekananda says, there's something called X, unknown, and plus my mind. And this makes my world. X plus mind. This X unknown quantity and plus my mind. Amazing. And if you want to search inside, even that is like he terms it Y. Y, the alphabet Y. Plus mind is your inner search. Even your trying to get to the reality, that itself is molded by your own mind, by your own mist, your own reality. So these are, now Sri Ramakrishna says, and he speaks about it, his experience. Once he said, God showed me what is Maya. He revealed to me a huge reservoir covered with green scum. It's very common there. In India, you'll get this kind of scum over that water. And people bathe in it and all. Because Sri Ramakrishna warned, you'll immediately fall sick, he said. The wind moved a little of the scum and immediately the water became visible. But in the twinkling of an eye, says, scum from all sides came dancing in and covered the water again. God revealed to me that the water was like Satyamayananda, that is the reality, and the scum like Maya. On account of Maya, Satyamayananda is not seen. Though now and then you can get a glimpse of it, but Maya comes. So that Swami Vivekananda is talking about like a mist, Sri Ramakrishna called it a kind of a screen at times, and this is like a scum. He's giving an example. The water is covered by a green. Like the ocean is there. It just bubbles and froth, and we say, hey, we've seen the ocean. So the other concept that it spreads. Things do not stay in one place. Everything in the ocean, like your word, one word will give rise to another word, another word, another word, and goes on and on and on. Then by the time you've written a whole book, then you've got, in a few years, you've got a whole library. Those who try to meditate, they're meditating, and then suddenly focusing, one thought comes, and the mind is deflected, goes there. Oh, what happened? Try to bring it back. Oh, again. It's unrelenting. So a seed comes, from it comes out a big tree, huge tree. And before it dies, it leaves millions of other seeds, and some will germinate over and over and over and over. It covers everything. Same way with our thoughts, with the actions. You start one thing, and it rolls into another action, and another action, and another action, and goes. So your thoughts, words, and deeds start small, and then gather momentum and momentum. This is what Swamiji says is Maya on the individual level. There are very great souls who can eradicate the external Maya. And these are the very great incarnations. We're not talking about them. On the individual level, we can push back on this by stopping the mind, stilling the mind. Try stilling the mind. The mind will tell you, what a fool you are. Like Arjuna says, it's like trying to control the wind. It's not possible. So Krishna says, yes, it is difficult. Samshayam mahabhava mano durnigraham chalam. It's difficult. Abhyas, with practice and with detachment, vairagya. It is slowly. That is, its area is slowly reduced, and it's cornered, and then finally killed. So Sri Ramakrishna, he thinks he makes things easier, because Sri Ramakrishna says, another day God showed Sri Ramakrishna. He showed me, saying, the Maya of Mahamaya. Mahamaya is that the external, huge, you can see, the one who creates, who looks after the whole thing. A small light inside a room began to grow and grow, and at last it enveloped the whole universe. So Sri Ramakrishna is seeing in his room a small light, kind of lamp light, and it grows and grows and grows till it covers the whole universe. This is what is Maya. These are the thoughts, your words, your deeds. And we won't go into how it is superimposition, this, that, and all. Now, whatever it is, we have to counter this. That's what the whole problem is. And we do it through a mantra. That's the safest and the easiest. We take the help of this idea of things spreading to counter that other spreading. It's like pushing against that scum on that water. Like in Ramakrishna saw the breeze blowing and the scum slightly separated and it showed the water. The mantra can act like that. As a mantra can also spread. The mantra is but an aspect of divine existence. So, divinity has various aspects. When we say divinity, which aspect? And these aspects were intuited by rishis in this Chidakast. This is a Chidakast, the consciousness space. There are various spaces. There's the external great space which the universe exists. There is an mind space, nothing to do with those companies. There's a whole mental universe of layers and layers and layers of the mind. And beyond that is the space of consciousness. In that space, if you go to that level, you can see these mantras as forms. So there are these nama and rupa, name and form. The name of that deity it represents, that's a sound. That's the sound of the mantra. Like Om. Oh, yesterday we had this Kali. Cling. Yes, there it is. And that sound takes on the form. So they intuit it, they bring it down and then they pass it down. Hey, continue, keep on repeating it. So because if it is going to lead you to the reality, it has to be already first a part of reality. It cannot be a part of Maya. So you are now you have taken this mantra, okay? Any mantra, that has been given to you. You've been initiated specifically. And you start repeating. And like everything, your thoughts spread, your words spread, and deeds spread. So now mantra also starts spreading. And as it spreads and spreads, at times it is important to push. That's because you're not practicing enough. The idea is to practice, to build up enough power for it to go out to a vaster, you can say, area of the mind. Not outside, inside. Because there are all these other teeming things. The problem with thoughts, words and deeds, you say one thing, do one thing, and speak something, they leave a mark on you, and that's called a samskara, the impression. So it's not only spreads, it reminds you, okay, you have this, take it once more. It's like eating one candy and then, let's go for another one. So that has caught you, no? The samskara, they catch you. So this is the eternal play of Maya. Okay, don't worry. Both the catching and the spreading can be countered with this mantra. So you asked first to meditate on the form of the mantra, which is the deity, and repeat the name correctly. The articulation should be correct. Otherwise, the whole fun goes out of. It has to be articulated. Like Holy Mother says that one devotee had come. She was repeating her mantra incorrectly. So her spiritual development was arrested. So instead of she was repeating Rukumini Nataya, the Lord of Rukmini. But she was repeating Rukumini. It's Rukmini. That extra U was creating all the problem. So she comes and she tells Holy Mother, and Holy Mother says it's Rukmini, not Rukumini. What is Rukmini? Rukmini. And Holy Mother says then, once she started repeating the mantra correctly, she started developing spiritually very quickly. So we have to be careful about the articulation and the visualization. And there's another thing, the meaning of it. The meaning also has to be understood and dwelt on. So the mind is engaged, in visualizing, in repeating, and in the deeper level, thinking of its meaning. So the entire mind is now engaged in this. It's pushing back on this scum. The scum or the mist. And as it spreads and spreads, at times, oh, you got to go for a vacation. You forget. And then, all right. Then the scum comes back. Oh, yeah. And then you say, oh, no, I've got to do something. And then again, you push back and push back. And then that is also pushing back. Okay. So it will show you various things. Your mind is because it knows you are creating your own reality. It will show you various things. And it will and it must to test how your resolve of knowing the reality is. So it will show you various things. Sri Ramakrishna is saying that the Divine Mother showed me a plate of gold and sweets and this and that and money and women and this and that. It's nothing. In one instance, saying, Mother, kill that. Saying, so one English soldier came and tempted me with all this. Mother, kill him. And he said, you must be able to kill. So because Swamiji says, because we talk in vain, because we are satisfied with things of the senses, we are running after desires. We cover things. So you will be tested at every step. And Maya is all powerful. Oh yeah. Don't take it easy. Don't take it. In that one song, we sing, Kavai Dauma Brahma Pode, Kauro Koro Odogami. Say in some case, she will give the highest, you can say, a state of Brahmanhood. And some she will take the downward turn. So she is all powerful. So you must, and that's the reason, that's the other aspect of personalization. So we personalize her and call her Mother. Now when you say, oh, she is not anymore threatening, not frightening. She is going to listen to you. She may ignore you for a while, like all some mothers are, all right. Then, but you persist and then, oh yeah, okay. Keeps a note on this. So you approach her as a mother. And that is what has been taught by Sri Ramakrishna. To take, because the Upanishad says, know nature to be Maya, and the ruler of this Maya is the Lord himself, in the mother himself. Everything in nature, your body, your mind, your speech, your words, your thought, your intellect, your everything is made of Maya. Oh yeah. Where's Maya? We think we are the reality and everything else. No. You. That's what I'm saying. You are that Maya. Oh yeah, because you're a magical person. And the problem is we get trapped in our own Maya. Why? Because again, over this Maya we talk and this and that. So everything in us is. Shri Ramakrishna now he says there's something called a Vidya Maya and Avidya Maya. Vidya Maya is that, yes, it is there, but it will take you away from the dangerous aspects, take you to God. The Avidya Maya takes you deeper and deeper and deeper into worldliness. That's the reason why he's saying a mantra also is within the realms of Maya. Of course, obviously, but it has the potency to break through and lead you to that Chidakash. That is, from that external space, Mahaakash, great space. Because our bodies have to be in a location, and where's that location? It has to be in space. What do you mean space? And time, of course. Your body has to be in space and time. Oh, it is 7 o'clock. Oh, I see. Yeah, you have to say that. Both space and time, Desha and Kala, from the ancient times, are always linked. So your body has to be there. Your mind also has to be there in space and time. You cannot think without space and time. What you do is, that's a philosopher say, that is, there is another level of creation called the Chittakash, the space of the mind. Huge. And then there is a Chidakash, consciousness space. So, as you keep on repeating, you start from the Mahakash, a great space, come inside, and then get into the Chittakash, the space of the mind, and then move it to the conscious space of consciousness. Is consciousness like space? Like space, it's not space. Okay. So this is the power of a mantra, the only way to counter. Because even if you use the methods of yoga, try it. You meditate for 20 hours and then you go out and like in India, you see something and you get so annoyed at things. There, you're caught. Your 20 hours of meditation was nothing. So we approach the Divine Mother to that. Oh, Mahamaya, okay. And you say, pray, let us off. So you call on her over and over and over again. This is the mantra. And slowly it has the power to push back. You need help here. It's impossible to cleave through Maya on your own. Just impossible. Because you yourself are trying to cut your own feet. How will that happen? It's not possible. It's like sitting on the branch and you're cutting that same branch. And you're happy about it. So you have to have help. The help comes from the one who is greater than the effects. So it has given like a spider in its web. The spider throws out a web from its own self. So similarly, this great being, Maya, projects this universe and withdraws it. So in a hymn we say, you Srishti Sthiti Vinashana. You create, you maintain it, and then pull it back inside. So this is the only way. Repeat the mantra and pray to her. So the mantra itself is a prayer. So if you take one aspect of the reality, which that reality is there, and start pushing back and that mist will slowly. You will get glimpses first. The scum will move and and that will encourage you. Push. And then, as I say, once the momentum begins, when they say the mantra becomes awakened, then it will repeat itself on its own. Yes. The I am repeating, the I, this I itself, the ego itself is a product of Maya. Don't worry. That also is, that's another thing. That will slowly break. You will see what is beyond the I. And then you will go beyond Maya. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Just a few announcements. On Sunday, we have in the evening Ram Nam, and at 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. we have Satyakama's Journey for Knowledge. The great sage Satyakama. How he struggled for knowledge. The question is, may the friction of the mala between our fingers ignite the fire within our heart to burn the illusion of the world? Oh my God. Not the friction here. The words have power. You've seen it. If you call somebody a fool and you see the reaction. And then if you say something nice to a person, that person's whole day becomes all nice. So words and thoughts have a power. So that itself is use that as a friction. Let one mantra roll, and then the next one to the next one to the next one, next one. That is the friction. Yes, and then that will burn the illusions of this world in your heart first. And once this is over, everything else is, you've seen the whole thing. So that was the only question here. We stop here for today. Next, the fourth class on this will be the three aspects of the mantra. Three aspects, three levels, something. We have to decide. I think it's... Yeah. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.